round it out. Link, come on, oh no! No, the green, 2 shells! Anyways, let's do Mario Kart. I have not played all of the new tracks. I know that some new ones were announced yesterday. Obviously, those are not yet out, so I have not played those either. But I think the last installation, I did not play either. It's been a while since I played any amount of Mario Kart, so I am eager to see what looks familiar. Let me see here. Oh, we got a new kart. We got, the GLA tires. See, I like my little wheels. Where are they at? The rollers. Yeah, it's, doesn't look like the most powerful machine, but I like it. We'll do 150. And yeah, I definitely have not done the Cherry Cup. Don't think I've done the Feather Cup either. Athens? Let's check out Athens. You know, I've been to Europe once. I went to Germany and France when I was 12 years old. For goodness sakes, almost 20 years ago. I would love to go back. Shoot, I'd love to go places I've never been before too, but I'd love to travel. Instead of doing it right now, though, I will live vicariously through Link as he races upon these historical monuments. Hopefully I can remember the controls properly, because as I mentioned, it do have been a while. Get over here, buddies. All right, well, we're in second. I mean, we're already doing better than we did at F-Zero, so I'll take that. We can go up the stairs? Okay, we can go up the stairs. The stairs, they worry me because, you know, they're inherently not sloped. You see that, and I feel like I'm liable to just hit the front of it and knock my teeth out. It's already happened. All right? I got a fake tooth. I don't know how to describe it to you. It's one of the front two. It's on this side, like the way my head went. To me, it's my right side. I can't look exactly at my monitor, so I don't know how the mirroring works, but it's on this side. My front, that side tooth is fake. And it freaking unsealed itself. It did. It was originally knocked out when I was 7 years old. I was riding a Razor scooter, if you're familiar with what those are. Little metallic death traps, but a ton of fun, all the same. And my friends and I, we built a ramp. We built a wooden ramp. We found some plywood, some bricks. We built this janky old ramp, and we were doing jumps off it. We were having a great time. Anyways, we eventually punched a hole in that ramp, and the hole was conveniently the same size as the front wheel of my Razor scooter. Now, being the all-knowing and insightful 7-year-old I was, decided not to cease activities upon seeing that, but instead decided to summon everyone's attention to me as I backed up the hill and barreled down it, garnering as much speed as humanly possible for my 7-year-old body. And you know what happened? Well, I got to that ramp. I descended down the hill. I accumulated much speed, much vigor, much gusto in my approach. My wheel instantly stuck in the aforementioned hole. Scooter stayed behind. Scooter didn't go anywhere. I did. I went flying, face first, into the concrete. It was a horrific scene. I don't really remember it because I was bashing my face against the ground, but my dad recalls it as particularly horrifying. Of course, when you're the father of a young child like that, he was watching from the window as I took part in this activity, and he said that everything stopped, and he ran out there and scooped me up. We had to go to the ER and stuff because I'm just bleeding profusely from my face. Thankfully, I guess, the only real problem was that I lost that tooth. Anyways, I'm not even 100% sure why I brought this story up, but this tooth is fake. Goodness sakes. Let's try the second race here. I missed the title for it, but it's a beautiful cruise ship. My boss, interestingly enough, is actually leaving on vacation to go on a cruise starting tomorrow. I am going to be bossless all next week. Sounds like someone's not working, huh? Oh, no, I'm kidding. Colin, if you're listening, I will be working. But no, I hope he and his, well, not his wife. I mean, they're effectively married. He and his partner, I hope they have a great time on the cruise. I've never been on a cruise. Have you? If you've been on a cruise, or know someone that's been on a cruise, or know anything at all about cruises, I would really welcome your insight. Because when I think of a cruise, I think of two things. I think of one, a boat, right? It sounds probably pretty intuitive. That's the whole point of it. You're riding on a giant freaking ship. And then two, I think of the Titanic. And that's markedly, I guess, more pessimistic, I guess, than anything. But that's all I think of. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole, that's what happened, right? People were on a cruise. They're on this extravagant vacation, and it crashed. I went to the Titanic Museum, the traveling Titanic thing in Vegas one time. I think it was 2022? It was in the last, like, year and a half, 2 years. Pretty harrowing stuff. Pretty harrowing stuff. So I don't know that I outright don't want to go on a cruise, but I'll admit that my enthusiasm for them is a little bit hampered by both that fact as well as my concern with, well, doing anything at all. Like, if I want to just hang out in the sun around, like, water and stuff, I can do that. You know, I mean, I live in Florida, so I could just go to, like, the ocean or the Gulf of Mexico and just lay on the beach if I really wanted to. I don't really do that all that often, but I could. Or, I mean, even if I didn't, if I still lived in Colorado, I could spray the hose. I could put some water in the yard and roll around like a friggin' dog. But I don't do that very much either. Oh, my point is that I'm not necessarily 100% convinced of the value behind the cruise, because what's more, while you're, in my opinion, I guess, on the surface level, not necessarily gaining anything, you're also giving up crap too, because you are giving up your convenience to go anywhere at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to go to McDonald's. That's not going to happen. You go to Starbucks. Not going to happen. You want to go anywhere. You're on the boat. You're on the boat. And I do suppose you stop at, like, various ports and stuff, and that's cool too, because it is tying into that traveling fact that I talked about briefly earlier. I don't know. I'm torn, to say the least. So then, my question, I guess, to all of you, and I'll check back, of course, at the culmination of this race. What would your ideal vacation be? Say that your boss was like, surprise! Here's a bonus, right? Here's $2,000 and a week off. I don't know why that would ever happen. Capitalism kind of skews that to being impossible, but push reality out of your mind for a second. If you had $2,000, not a huge amount of money, but an okay amount of money, and a week off, and you had to take a vacation. You couldn't just, like, go buy a bunch of beef jerky and play video games. Like, you had to go on a vacation. What would you do? What would you do? I'd be very curious to find that out. While you guys are thinking of that, oh God, almost ran into that. While you guys are thinking of that, I will give you my thoughts on that. So, if I had a week off, first and foremost, I would go back to Colorado. And now, that might sound counterintuitive because it's really a vacation if you're going to the place you were born. And I think it qualifies. I think that a vacation counts as something leaving your current residence. And there doesn't have to be any further stipulation, right? If you're leaving where you currently live, your permanent place of residence, that's a holiday. It's a vacation. That counts. Okay, so I would go to Colorado. And a little bit of a clarifier there, too, because we are still talking about this whole fictional $2,000 budget. Which one? This one! Woo! I picked right! Jiminy Christmas! I wouldn't just go stay with family. I think that for the purpose of this exercise, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But I would stay relatively close to them. However, let's push that out of the mind. I would stay in downtown Denver. $2,000 for a week would probably not get me, like, a fancy hotel or anything, especially if you're talking, like, food and all that. But I would stay just outside of, like, the nicer part of the city, you know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes, the slightly, like, for lack of a better word, like, beaten up parts of the city, well, they're well-traveled, you know? They're inhabited. They've got personality, they've got culture, they've got a lot of fun, they've got a lot of things to offer, usually in the way of, like, food, but always, for certain, in the way of people. And I think that's the most fun. Shore vacations are great for, like, recharging your batteries, for relaxing and stuff like that. But I do think that a certain value is, or should be attributed to the experience alongside the relaxation, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just I'm trying to wax poetic here over something that doesn't necessarily really matter. All right, squeaky clean sprint. I love the color scheme to this. Always a big fan of like the pastels and sort of muted bright colors. I don't know if that's like the proper way to describe it. I'm certainly no artist, that's for certain. But like yellows and pinks and stuff of that nature. But pastelized? It's nice. It's funny too because like for the longest time, I was not necessarily like allowed to like those sort of things. Which is weird, right? It's an interesting sort of thing to, I guess, say out loud, but I grew up with a very like, how do I put this? A very old school expectation laid upon me, if that makes sense. And part of that, unfortunately, like reflected on the video games and stuff, because by like my very close like friends and family or people that surrounded myself with, or that I was surrounded with, it's not necessarily that I had a choice in the matter, they didn't necessarily like agree, for lack of a better word, with the things that I was into, particularly as it relates to things like video games or even art or other media like anime and stuff like that. It was tough. It was tough. I mean, I don't mean to like bemoan anything or just complain here, but it's just interesting to me, especially once I noticed the color scheme here. It's interesting to me how everything changes once you're able to just get out and do your own thing. It's great. I mean, not everyone gets that chance, and I really feel for the people that do. And thankfully, the internet is something of a conduit for expression in that regard, that you can find other people that are like-minded and you can find support in that regard. But I don't know, man. Ultimately, I think people should just let people be happy. Oh, if you're doing something and it's not hurting anyone, then that's okay. Who cares if you like the color red or blue or pink, or you like video games and cute video games specifically? You don't want to play Call of Duty, you don't want to do this or that, man. All right. I'm venting. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be, how do I put this? I don't know if more entertaining is the word, because some people do find venting entertaining, but I'm supposed to be more optimistic than that, or at least I mean to be. I don't mean to lament anything to you guys. You guys don't need that. You guys got your own problems. Gosh darn it. At least I hope not. Shoot, actually. Hopefully you don't have problems. But if you do have problems, I guess you can talk about them, because I've already talked about mine. Either which way, though, what is not a problem of mine is succeeding in this race. I'm about to wrap up first place here. The end of lap 3. I got a banana. Oh, that may have fudged the bucket there. Come on, can we round it out? Link, come on, but oh no! No, the green. Ah, 2 shells. 2 I was in first place like 6 inches from the finish line. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick. Get out of here. Well, maybe not quit. Go to next race, because I still need to pick other races. What the crap was that? Man, what the chickamungus?